Hi, Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for December 26th through January 1st, 2nd. We will be having a jam-packed January. That's one thing for sure. The month is starting out with Jupiter moving into Pisces this week, which I really feel is going to possibly bring us the relief, maybe some joy that we were looking for all of 2021, because that is definitely going to be a big highlight for 2022. That 2022 equals a 6. That is opening of our hearts to love, to reciprocity, to manifestation, material gain. So we can't do that with a blocked heart. So I think that this is going to be a really great year. The number 6 is also the lovers in the traditional tarot deck. So I love that. My goddesses of the week and for the month of January, maybe for all of winter, there were two left. So maybe I missed a week earlier because there are 52 cards in the deck, but I love how it turned out. Hestia is showing up first. She is also known as Vesta, the asteroid goddess, in our charts. And I started focusing on her about 2 weeks ago and looking in my clients' charts for where where we need to clean up. So, whatever house she's showing up in and whatever sign in your chart is where we need to clean up. And that is her message, which is crazy, in the guidebook that comes along with her, because she's saying that we really need to put a big focus on doing mundane, small tasks and cleaning up the clutter physically within our bodies and also in our homes. And so I really love her. But where she shows up in our charts, going through the houses, the first house through the 12th house. If you know how to pull your chart, you go to astro.com, plug in your birth data, unless I've given you your chart, and look and see where she is. She looks like a flame. And I was going to do this whole presentation. I even did the wheel. I'll post it on Facebook and Instagram, the diagram that I made with her symbol. And this way you can, if you see where she is, it'll show you where you need to clean things up. I know that if you do have Vesta in the 6th house, it's about cleaning up your physical body and starting to eat healthier. I know that that is a big theme for a lot of us during this time. So I'll channel her message and post her on Facebook and Instagram this coming week. And, to wrap the year up and also usher in the new year, Shakti comes in after we do that cleanup and brings major transformation. So I'll be channeling her information later in the week, closer to the new year. We do have a new year coming. A new moon will be following on January 2nd. So that will be in Capricorn at 12 degrees. You'll want to take a look and see where's Capricorn in your chart. For me, it's right on the midheaven. You'll also want to take a look and see if you have any planets at 12 degrees in your chart, because that will have a big impact. And so, yeah, with that Capricorn new moon energy, we're laying new foundations, we're making new goals. So it's pretty interesting that it comes right on the new year. Um, what else? What else do I have for y'all? Venus is still retrograde, conjuncting Pluto. So, we could be really nostalgic um, during this time of year, especially with her. We're taking a look at the way that we love ourselves, the way that we want to be loved. How can we change that? And Mercury will be moving into Aquarius in a few weeks, in 2 weeks, and going retrograde as well. Uranus is going to be coming out of retrograde. So we have a lot of moving parts. Then there'll be a full moon on the 17th in Cancer, where we're really taking a look at our homes again. So there's more of that Hestia or Vesta energy that's coming through. That's why I feel like she's going to be staying with us for quite some time. And I was going to do horoscopes for each sign. And yeah, I think I'm just going to keep this short, sweet, simple. I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Um, other other than I just want to remind everybody that the North and South nodes did shift on December 22nd. North node is now in Taurus, South node in Scorpio. I did a whole video and a blog on that, so you can go check that out because that's a big shift in energy. So we're going through these huge shifts. They should start to feel lighter, but we have a lot of cleanup work to do inside and outside. So like it looks all nice and neat right here, but beyond this veil, oy vey. I just need to do a lot of organizing. I like feel this need to just throw everything away. It's kind of crazy. And at the same time, I just want to lay in my bed and maybe watch movies. I don't even ever put the television on anymore. So, like, I have no clue what's going on in the outside world. And I love every minute of it. Oh, I did want to bring up one other thing. So, I had my first mental health astrologic, medical astrologic, I can't friggin' talk. My first class in mental health medical astrology I had last week, and it was about depression and catatonia and dysthemia. And I have I know that I get really depressed at this time of year. I know that I suffer from SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder, but I learned so much about it in that first class. And when we had to, as a homework self-assessment, we had to do our own chart and see where we fit in, and definitely probably my chart was like worst case that anybody has ever seen. So, yes, I put on a happy face, but I get really depressed at this time of year ever since I was a very small child. And now I kind of know why. So, just to give you a couple of pointers, if you're looking at your own chart, you can also book with me and I could, do the formula for you. But if you're born in the winter, which would be Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, if those are your signs, you could be predispositioned to depression and especially seasonal defective disorder because there's a lack of light. This is for Northern Hemisphere. It would be the opposite for Southern Hemisphere. So that would be um, Cancer, Leo, and Virgos in the southern hemisphere would be predispositioned. The other factors, and the reason is because there isn't a lot of light. And so we look and see where's the light in our charts. If you were born at night, which means your sun is below the horizon on the astrological wheel, then you are more predispositioned because you were born with the lack of light. Now, so I was born in the spring. However, my sun is below the horizon. I was born at night before the sun came up. If you were born at midnight, that's even worse. It's more intense. So, unfortunately, my daughter, she is an Aquarian born at 12:05 midnight. So then you look at your moon. So my moon's below the horizon as well. And so there's no light there. And then also the phase of the moon is dependent. So if you were born in a new moon, there's no light there. And so Um, my daughter was born on a new moon. So she's got like three strikes against her. Then there are other factors that we look at. Like if you have a lot of water sign in your chart, you would be more emotional. A lot of earth signs are also very depressive. So, and then you look at Saturn, you see the aspects that Saturn makes. That's where I get really bad because Saturn makes 12 aspects in my chart. And you take a look at the North Node and the South Node. But just knowing if you were born in winter, if you were born with your sun and your moon below the horizon, if you're born at midnight and you're born on a new moon, you would likely have seasonal affective disorder, which is sad. And you would probably be predisposition to bouts of depression. And then, of course, depending on what else is going on in your chart, would determine the level of that. So, if you have any questions about that, hit me up and I'll be more than happy to address that. And if I have your charts on file, then, I could maybe take a peek if I have a moment. I know for the month of January, though, I'm like, I don't have any free time. So hopefully it will lighten up and I just have to get out into the sun. I sat out in the sun for almost an hour just letting it hit my face and it totally made me feel better because I couldn't get myself motivated to make this video and once I got my sunshine. So that is one of the remedies. Oh, definitely vitamin D3. You have to take vitamin D3 and like 5,000 IUs of that per day. That will help with seasonal affective disorder and then getting out into the sun 30 to 60 minutes per day. Usually in the morning because that will have a better effect on you. You have to do these things. And there are also light boxes that you can get to put on your desk. So while you're working during the day, you're getting those rays and getting them safely as well. So I think I'm going to check into one of those light boxes and see about getting one of them. Anyway, have a great week. Have a happy new moon. I'll be back soon enough. I'll be posting these babies on Facebook and Instagram, along with my crystal of the week, which is aquamarine. So that's emotion, tapping into our emotions, getting to that watery side. I put all of my crystals away for the holiday so that I could decorate my mantle and around. So I didn't feel like bringing them out. And that's about it. Have a great week. Thank you. And I will see you soon.